So in this video, I want to talk about the difference between bias and fairness. The two concepts seem very similar, but it's actually a lot of difference, and it's super important for you to understand what the difference is. So let's start with an example. Let's suppose that you need to hire a new manager for your company, and you can choose between two persons. One is 30 years old man, the other one is 30 years old woman. Both of them have the same skills, same background, same level of intelligence, same ethics, same everything. If in this case you are preferring the man, as often unfortunately happens, especially in tech organizations, then you're biased and you're also unfair, because we decided as a society that we're all the same, and if you want to measure people based on certain objective metrics, gender should not get into the equation. Okay? This is a case of bias that is also unfair. Let's make another example though. Let's suppose that you need to choose now a football player for the male league of, let's say for Barcelona, for one of these big teams, and you have a 20 years old man and a 20 years old woman. Well, you can't hire the woman in that case, because the rules of the game is that you need to have men in that league. And then there's another league for women where you could not hire the men. You're also discriminating here. You also have a bias, but it's not unfair. It's not unfair because these are the rules of the game. We accepted them as society, and we decided that these rules can be applied. The problem is when you start discriminating based on attributes that should not get into the equation. And this is especially a problem when we are talking about fundamental rights, like healthcare, access to justice, being safe and protected by policemen. In this case, we should all be the same, whether we are male, female, black, white, yellow, whatever the color of our skin, whatever our gender. When there's a bias in giving these fundamental rights, that's by definition unfair, because you're discriminating towards groups in giving a right that is supposed to be universal, so completely free of discriminations. That's when we need to pay attention. That's where we need to fight. So I hope this video was helpful for you to understand the difference between the two and give you the tools to start having more productive and constructive conversations. If you have other questions, if you want to say something else about the topic, please talk about it in the comment section. Keeping it fair, keeping it nice and clean, productive and constructive. See you in the next video.